Alright, today's lesson 7, 100%. So we're going to be solving some more problems about percent increase and percent decrease. We'll be using some double number line diagrams today and be able to find the original amount if we know the new amount and the percentage of increase or decrease. First thing I want you to do is take a look at this. Notice and wonder, double number line. So I want you to take a look at this double number line. I want you to think about what you notice, what you wonder. So pause the video to give yourself time to do that. When you're ready, talk about it with your partner and then come back. Alright, so there are no right or wrong answers on this, but some of the things you may have noticed are that the numbers on the top number line always go up by 5s. The numbers on the bottom always go up by 50s. Something that a lot of people notice too is that the number on the bottom is just the number on the top with a 0. So it's 10 times bigger than the number on the top. So those are some common things that people notice. A common thing that people wonder is, well, how are these diagrams going to help us solve a problem? So we'll be looking at that in some of the activities to come. All right, 7.2, double number lines. For each problem, complete the double number line diagram to show the percentages that correspond to the original amount and to the new amount. So I want you to take a note on your paper somewhere. This is very important to remember as you do these. The original or the first quantity is always going to be 100%. Okay, so if we take a look here at number 1, the gas tank in Dad's car holds 12 gallons. The gas tank in Mom's truck holds 50% more than that. How much gas does the truck's tank hold? Now, the note I gave you is that the original or the first quantity is always 100%. So, the gas tank in Dad's car, that's the original, holds 12 gallons. We're going to put that at 100%. Now, we need to decide how we're going to number the rest of the number line on top. So, if we look at the distance between the 0 and 12, it's divided into two parts. This part from here to here, and then the part from here to here. So if we divide 12 into two parts, 12 divided by 2 is 6. So each of these parts is worth 6 gallons. So it's going up by 6s. If I go up another 6, I get 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. So it says that the gas tank in Mom's truck holds 50% more. So 50% more than 100%. 100 plus 50 is 150. So this is how many percent Mom's truck's tank holds, and the number that goes with that is 18. So we can say that the truck's tank holds 18 gallons. Truck's tank holds 18 gallons. Number 2, at a movie theater, the size of popcorn bags decreased 20%. If the old bags held 15 cups of popcorn, how much do the new bags hold? Okay, so the old bags held 15. That's going to go above 100%. That's our original amount, so that's 100%. I want you to take a second, pause the video, and see if you can figure out how you would number the top number line, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Sorry, a ladybug just crawled on my finger, so pause, come back. Okay, so hopefully you saw that this is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. So if it's divided into 5 sections, 15 divided by 5 is 3. So each section is worth 3 cups of popcorn. So we're going to go by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. We already have 15, and now we have 18. Now it says that the size of the popcorn bags decreased by 20%. So we need to go down 20%. So they now have 80%, which is 12. So the new bags hold 12 cups of popcorn. The new bags hold 12 cups of popcorn. Okay, number 3 says a school had 1,200 students last year and only 1,080 students this year. What was the percentage decrease in the number of students? So we have two amounts this time, and we're supposed to find the percent. So we have to decide which one of the amounts is the original amount. Well, the original amount is what happened first. Last year came before this year. So this is our original amount. Now think about where I told you to put the original amount as far as percents go. The original amount is always at 100%. So I'm going to put 100% below the 1200. Now I have to decide how I'm going to number my number line. So why don't you pause the video, number the number line, and see if you can decide what the problem is asking and find the percent decrease. Okay, hopefully you noticed that the number line was divided into 10 parts, so each part would be worth 10%. So I have my number line numbered. So we know that it had 1,200 students last year and only 1,080 students this year. So here's the number of students this year. That's at 90%. But this asks, what was the percentage decrease? So how many percent did it decrease to get from 100% to 90%? Well, it went down by 10%. So we would say that there is a 10% decrease. Okay, for number 4, 1 week gas was $1.25 per gallon. The next week gas was $1.50 per gallon. By what percentage did the price increase? So think about which one of those numbers is the original amount and put that with 100%. Number your number line and see if you can find the answer. So pause the video, try this one on your own, and then come back and check. Okay, so it says 1 week and then the next week. So the next week would be later, so this would be the original amount. So by $1.25, I'm going to say this is 100%. Now I'm going to number my number line. It's divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. 100 divided by 5 is 20. So each part is 20%. So 20, 40, 60, 80, we already have the 100, 120, 140, 160%. And it says by what percentage did the price increase. So we're going from $1.25 to $1.50. We went from 100% to 120%, so the price increased by 20%. So 20% increase. Number 5, I want you to give this a try completely on your own and then come back and check your answer. After a 25% discount, the price of a t-shirt was $12. What was the price before the discount? So we have to decide, is this the old or the new? Well, it says after a discount, this was the price. So this is the new price. So we can't put 12 with 100%. So we're not going to write the 12 above 100%. So then where are we going to put it? Well, we have a 25% discount. So if we start at 100%, and we take a 25% discount, the price of the t-shirt is going to be at 75%. So we're going to put the 12 there. If you put the 12 above the 100%, that's okay. Just hopefully you did it in pencil. You can erase and fix this. So this is divided into 1, 2, 3 sections. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So we're going up by 4s. The price before the discount would have been the 100%. So the price before the discount was $16. Okay, let's do the same thing with number 6. Try this one completely on your own and then come back and check. Okay, compared to last year, the population of Boomtown has increased 25%. The population is now 6,600. What was the population last year? Well, last year would have happened first, so that would have been original. So this is not the original amount and should not go above 100%. Above 100% is going to be last year, whatever that is. Now we know that it increased by 25%. So if we increase 25%, that's where our 6,600 needs to go. So now I need to decide how I'm going to number my number line. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. 6,600 divided by 5 is 1,320. So I'm going to go up by 1,320 each time. That gives me 2,640. Add another 1,320, I get 3,960. When I add another one, I get 5,280. And when I add another one, I get to 6,600. So last year was the original 100%. So last year's population was 5,280 people. All right, next problem, representing more juice. 2 students are working on the same problem. A juice box has 20% more juice in its new packaging. The original packaging held 12 fluid ounces. How much juice does the new packaging hold? Here's how Priya set up her number line. So we've got Priya's number line here, and then we have Claire's number line there. Do you agree with either of them? Explain or show your reasoning. So pause the video, think about this independently, compare your answer with your partner, and then come back to check. Okay, so the problem says the original packaging held 12 fluid ounces. The original is what goes above 100%. So if we look at Priya's, Priya has 100% and the 12 together, but Claire, she took off 20%. She thought that 12 was the new amount, not the old amount. And yeah, she thought she could just take off 20% from there and put 12 there. But that doesn't work because she has the new amount there. So we're going to want to use Priya. So we can use this to find the answer. If the juice box has 20% more juice, that's going to be 14.4 ounces. Okay, we're going to go on from this. Now, you don't have this in your notes. This is not on your notes. But I'm going to go ahead and go through this. So I'm going to ask you to pay attention while I go through this problem and kind of think along with me about how you would set this up. Green sea turtles live most of their lives in the ocean but come ashore to lay their eggs. Some beaches where turtles often come ashore have been made into protected sanctuaries so the eggs will not be disturbed. Number 1 says, one sanctuary had 180 green sea turtles come ashore to lay eggs last year. This year, the number of turtles increased by 10%. How many turtles came ashore to lay eggs in the sanctuary this year? So we're going to need to draw a double number line. They don't give it to us this time. So we're going to have one number line that tells us the number of turtles. So let's start with 0 on that number line. Number of turtles. And then let's have another number line that gives our percent. So we're going to start at 0%. Now, it says that the sanctuary had 180 green turtles that came ashore to lay eggs last year, and then we're talking about this year. Last year happened first, so 180 is the original amount. So I'm going to take 180 turtles, I'm just going to put it over here somewhere, and I'm going to say that's 100%. Now, I need to decide what am I going to divide this into, because neither of the number lines is divided. I know that the number of turtles is going to increase by 10%, so I know I'm going to have 110% on my number line. So I'm going to want to go by increments of 10%. I'm not going to write them all in. I'm just going to write in the 10%. So if this is by 10%, that means it's divided into 10 parts. Okay, so we would have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So up here, 0 to 180 is also divided into 10 parts. 180 divided by 10 is 18. So each part is 18 turtles. So if I'm increasing by 10%, I'm going to increase by 18 turtles. 180 plus 18 is 198. So there are 198 turtles laying eggs in the sanctuary this year. Number 2, at another sanctuary, the number of nesting turtles decreased by 10%. This year, there were 234 nesting turtles. How many nesting turtles were at the sanctuary last year? So this one, the number given to us, it says this year there were 234 nesting turtles. That's not the original amount. The original amount happened last year. So the 234 is not going to go above the 100%. So let's set this up the same. We've got the number of turtles and the percents. So we'll have a 0 and a 0. We're going to have 100% on here somewhere. It's just not going to go with the 234. Now it says the number of nesting turtles decreased by 10%. So let me just go down 10% from 100%. That's going to be 90%. That's where the 234 is going to go. Now, if I were to finish dividing my number line, I'm going to have, let's see, 10. I'm going to go by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I didn't do a very good job dividing that. So 10%. So let's find out how much 10% is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's only 9 sections. Let's put the 9 sections up here also. So we have to take 234 divided by 9 to find out how much each section is. And each 10% is going to be 26 turtles. So if we go up 10%, we need to go up by 26 turtles, which is 260 turtles. So there were 260 turtles at the sanctuary last year. Okay, for the lesson summary, I'm going to answer the question for you, and then I'm going to have you draw double number lines to answer the next 2 questions. Please make sure you draw double number lines. Don't just try to answer them. We want to be proficient at using double number lines today. So how can we use a double number line to find percent increases and decreases? Well, you're going to put the original amount with the 100%. And then you're going to divide the lines into, we're going to say, convenient amounts. So if you have a 10% increase, you're probably going to divide it into tens. Okay, please pause the video and try to answer these questions. Okay, hopefully you tried these on your own. A box of cereal contains 500 grams of cereal. If the company plans to increase the amount of cereal in the box by 20%, how much cereal will be in the box? Well, right now there's 500. Later there's going to be a different amount, so this is the original amount. So we're going to take, let's start with 0 grams of cereal. The percent down here, and we'll have 0%. The 500 is 100% because it's the original amount. Now, since we're going to increase by 20%, let's divide it into 20. So let's go 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, 100. So 20, 40, wait a second, I did that wrong. Hang on, let me do a better job dividing this. That over a little bit. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. There we go. 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, 100%. It's going to increase by 20%, so I'm going to go another 20%. So I need to figure out how much each section is. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. 500 divided by 5 is 100. So each section is 100 grams of cereal. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. It increased by 20%, so we're at 120%. 600 grams. So there will be 600 grams of cereal in the box. Now we can actually use the same double number line for the next problem. The company also wants to market a smaller size of the cereal. If there is a 40% decrease in the amount of the cereal, how much cereal will there be in the box? So we can take a look at the same number line that we just used. So here's 100%. If there's a 40% decrease, we're going to go down to 60%, which is 300 grams of cereal. All right, for the next problem, for your cool down, I would like you to draw a tape diagram. It is very important that you use a tape diagram. Don't just give the answer. The first part of the cool down is going to ask you for the answer. The second part of the cool down is going to ask you to draw a tape diagram and take a picture of it. Now, some of you know how to take a picture, know how to insert it on assessments. Some of you don't. So once you have your picture drawn, it's okay if some of you who have already submitted help those who don't know how to do it. So it's okay to do that. So draw your tape diagram first and then take a picture of it and submit it. If you get the error with the image, start all over and try it all again. If you get the error twice, just let me know that you tried it twice and it didn't work, and you can save it to show me whenever I come back. So you can submit it to the bin. If you do that, make sure you put your name on it, otherwise I will not know. Okay, so your assignments are to do your cool down, and as usual, that is on assessments. You have a Khan Academy assignment. For the Khan Academy assignment, make sure that you draw diagrams when you can. Some of the problems you may not need to draw a diagram for, but if you get stuck, that's going to be really helpful. Watch your videos, use your hints, and then you have practice problems on assessments as usual. So go ahead on there and do your practice problems. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.